Welcome to my channel. This is Bruce the Boss Brooks, and we're right back at you with another news story that seems to be circulating across the internet and trending. If you haven't heard, Spirit Airlines has recently tried to kick off a Jewish family over this mask issue. Keep in mind the family consists of, clearly visibly pregnant mother, father, special needs son, and a baby, and the baby is the cause of the issue. I'll play all of the videos related to this so there's no misconception of what actually happened. There is a happy ending to all this, and then I'll give my 2 cents. And before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not yet subscribed to help out in the algorithms to bring these stories to light. Also, don't forget to like this video, and please comment on this video. I want to know your thoughts. And without further ado, let's play.
We'll have to get off. I didn't want to do this. You have to pick up your stuff.
What did we do?
I'm sorry. I want you off.
Ain't no problem, Stone, what we did.
Non-compliant with the mask.
We're wearing a mask.
Wearing a mask.
She's not wearing it.
The baby?
Wearing a mask.
A lot of babies are not wearing masks. Keep putting it on.
Wearing a mask.
A lot of kids not wearing masks.
Who did say next to me? Was I wearing a mask?
He was wearing it the whole time.
Guys, was I wearing a mask all the time, everybody?
I'm sorry.
But the kids don't. This baby's
I'll make sure he wears it. Everything's gonna be fine.
I'm sorry.
I'll make sure that they're wearing it, okay?
pulling it off.
Special needs child and a 2-year-old.
I understand.
Right.
I'm not my choice. Not my choice.
Who's choice? Let's bring him
Why
here.
would you make
Not my choice.
Right, bring him
waste
in.
time to do this?
I'm sorry, but she has to get up and she has to take your stuff and you have to.
I'm not, I'm not. Excuse me, I'm not going to leave until I understand what I'm doing.
I have
So if you want to call your manager, you call your manager.
Non-compliant with the mask policy.
You said it's not you. So who is this? We're done talking, right?
We're done talking,
Okay.
but Tyler wants you off, you have to get off.
Who wants me off?
Tyler wants you off.
She's a baby.
Tyler wants you off.
I paid for my
I'm sorry.
flight.
You have to
How
get
old
off.
is she? She's just turned 2 a month ago.
I
It's
understand.
5 and up. What's the deal? I'm trying to wear it. She keeps
Happy.
He's not leaving.
Exit out of the aircraft, all we'll have to do is claim the aircraft and call the police.
Keep your mask on. Continue talking.
What do I do?
Okay, I'm gonna call the police, have them.
No problem. No problem. I've got my lawyer on the case. Keep the video going.
Ow, Ari, my stomach. Is there water?
All right, that was the first part of the video. As you know, Twitter has a 2-minute rule. Let me go to the next clip. Immediately preceding that.
What? So we're not conforming.
Can you pass me the mask again?
It's right.
So, go on your Google and bring up the age that the kid has to wear a mask.
She just turned 2.
Good, but bring up where it says from 5.
Can you show that? We're trying our best. She keeps it. I have
Does she have a phone? Give me your phone, I'll put it on Google.
What the hell am I supposed to do with her? Anyone else want to try putting a mask on my kid and see if it stays on? You're more than welcome to. You want to deal with the screaming toddler? Ricky, you want a pink mask? You want a pink one? You're not stuck. Ricky, look at me. 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 You want to wear the mask?
Explain what you did wrong. What do you mean? Get up. Explain what I
What the hell am I supposed to do?
I said, what do you mean? I'm asking someone. What do you mean? You're not complying.
So that's the video of the incident right there. I'll play the third video. There is a happy ending to it all, and then we'll discuss it. So let me play the final video here.
The ending, we're back on. Everyone's coming back on the plane. I think they removed that steward that wanted us off for no reason. So they removed him, and now we're all taking off.
So there is a happy ending to all this. So basically the kerfuffle was, here you have a family, again, a Jewish family or a Jewish group traveling together, but specifically being targeted is this family, this husband, his wife, their special needs kids, but the target was apparently the baby who was not wearing a mask while she was eating. In fact, it didn't look like the baby was able to wear a mask at all. Now, technically, Southwest Airlines has a policy that does require kids 2 and up to wear a mask. So technically 2 and up. Now this baby, you probably heard from the video, just turned 2 a month ago. So we're not even really talking about that much of a 2-year-old, 25 months to be exact. And you saw this mother clearly try multiple attempts at trying to get the mask on the baby after the fact. The parents, they were all wearing their masks. They were all compliant. It's just the baby. And as most babies, will not comply to keeping something on their face. It's almost impossible. And what I think is what we have here, it's reasonable to wear a mask. I may not think that it's necessary for everybody. It may not make a whole lot of sense for me, but at the same time, I can respect a company's policy. If you don't like the company's policy, then you just don't use their business. But there's getting to a point of ridiculousness as it pertains to the application of these mask mandates and or rules. And I believe it's allowed a lot of both government and these employees of these various businesses to have somewhat of a power trip. I mean, it's a 2-year-old. What justification can you find that you feel somehow at risk from a 25-month-old, to be more specific, a 25-month-old, that you feel at risk that this 25-month-old does not have a mask on? Show me the study that shows that babies, toddlers like that can barely talk, not even potty trained, are somehow big carriers and transmitters of the virus. Because if anything, most of the data that we have show that babies are statistically 0 when it comes to transmitting the disease and or dying or succumbing to even the most moderate of symptoms of the coronavirus. Not saying that it is literally 0. I'm saying it's statistically 0 that they find themselves seriously at risk. Newborns is a different story. Their immune systems are still developing, hardly any development there. And so but this is, again, a toddler, more or less fully developed in her babydom. And so it's not really that at risk. So I just think it's a ridiculous power trip, potentially targeted, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the 2nd or 3rd Jewish family that was targeted to get off of a plane due to a baby not having a mask on. Now, in this case, it looks like they were able to be victorious in this instance, because yes, they were all forced to get off the plane eventually. They deboarded the plane, but the family seems to have been able to fight their case, and everyone was back on the plane, and the stewardess or steward, because he said he, steward, male, so I'm assuming that female stewardess was acting on behalf of another stewardess, or acting as the liaison or ambassador, because clearly you were dealing with a female, but he referred to the steward as a male. So there might have been another steward involved. So that individual or those 2 individuals were removed from the plane and they were able to fly on. So good news there. There still is a case, I believe, for emotional distress that they can file against Spirit for what appears to have been a targeted harassment. Again, this is the 2nd or 3rd Jewish family targeted on Airlines for a baby not wearing a mask. Again, luckily in this case, you had the whole plane acting in solidarity and backing the family up. I think that may have helped the cause and allowing them back on. But Spirit Airlines is definitely trying to do some damage control. This was actually good that they reversed the decision of the steward or stewardess in question, but they really need to do something about retraining their employees in the application of this rule. I think this is a discussion that needs to be had across the board with these companies or employees that are arbitrarily applying these rules in situations that it really does not call for, especially, again, a two-year-old, really. So that's the story. Again, a happy ending, but clearly they were targeted based, I think based upon their faith. The wife was not, was wearing a cap, but the husband clearly wearing his yarmulke, as well as other members of their party. So it could have very well been targeted, just using, again, like in the situation a month ago, using the baby as the excuse. So that's the story. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, again, please subscribe to this channel to support the content that mainstream media really does not want to show, as I'll continue to try to put out these videos. Thank you for the conversation. Comment on this video, like this video. This is Bruce the Boss Brooks, and I'm out. Peace.